You mentioned earlier that you came across something to do with grief and loss, right? Should we dig into it? When you look in the mirror, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? How did you get into music? What's the journey like from the beginning? Today. You want to say today? Today we have all of us have smiles on our faces because we have my most favorite songs producer, Mangal.
Thank you.
Mangal, what is it?
Suvarnan.
I was going to say Mangal Pandey. I was going to say Mangal Pandey.
Dude, I get that a lot, man. I get it all the time. Yeah. Some
Wow.
people just call me Pandey. I'm used to it now.
Oh, you're used to that now. Huh?
What can we call you?
Call me Mangal, bro.
Mangal. So what's up, bro? How are you?
Good,
How have
man.
you
Good,
been?
good.
We've been chasing you. You were here. You're in LA. You're everywhere. You're opening for Kashmir, closing for Kashmir, playing flute for the white people to jizz on. Come on, bro. Like, what's going on? How are you?
Oh man, a lot's been going on, dude. Yeah, that was definitely the highlight. Like at least the Kashmir show is that stage. I think Dhanusha and I, my wife and I, we've been to that place so many times in the crowd, and she was like, "Dude, we've got to
You got to be there on stage
get on
now.
that stage." And,
Bro.
yeah,
I really like that. I like that manifestation, bro.
Yeah.
Manifesting the fact that
Bro, that's
I'm gonna be
manifestation is when you're in the crowd.
Yeah.
And when you're behind the decks, it's actualization.
yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
insane.
It was definitely a long journey. The first time we went to that nightclub, it's called Academy LA. Oh my god, bro. The thing about that venue is that the sound is just absolutely incredible, and it can host up to like 2,000, 2,500 people, and it's like this big warehouse looking place. And I've been to so many venues, but that place I don't need to wear earplugs because it doesn't hurt my ears, and it's just like one of the few bucket list items for sure.
Bro,
Wow,
this
is one of my bucket lists. Let me just put it out there.
my bucket list now, bro. I really like that warehouse thing, bro. I think we should rent out one warehouse,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Empty warehouse.
Yeah.
what's
Put
the
Mangal
vibe?
on. Call everybody.
What's
let's
the
party.
vibe? Feet Mangal, bro.
Yeah, what's the vibe? We'll
Get
be
it,
calling,
bro.
yeah, we'll start a warehouse club.
Warehouse. Oh, dude. That's
Yeah, better than like going to a
We
hotel.
don't have
and, like,
warehouse, too many warehouse clubs in Dubai, right? That's not the culture here.
I think Dubai kind of like sells opulence, if I'm not wrong, like a lot of like absolute shining and glamour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know
Glitz
what?
and glamour, right?
Yeah,
Like,
most of it. You know what? I could be wrong. There's a couple of warehouse places where I just don't know. This place it's not a warehouse. It's like a building, but it just looks like this dark area. It's all
Damn.
about the music, man.
Wow.
we should get now an abandoned building now. Find
Bruh.
somewhere in
Bro,
Sharjah.
you know Sharjah, bro.
Abandoned building in Sharjah. and party, man. Oh, dude, there was one in Abu Shagara. I don't know if you guys remember.
Just be aware of who's on the guest list if it's an Abu Shagara, bro. You don't know some Asghar Pathan is going to show up or something. You never know.
No, man, that's actually a very good vibe, you know. Like I would like to like do something like that, and I really like the way you play the flute and all. He was just showing it to me, like,
Thank you, bro.
bro, how did you get it into like the whole
Yeah,
mixing
like, what's
thing?
your-
What were you thinking? Like, oh, I should play the flute on this, and
Dude, the flute was actually an absolute fluke. Okay, I actually started with an
The
acoustic
flute
guitar.
was a fluke.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, dude.
I love it.
The
What a
thing-
fluke.
Absolutely, bro. What happened was I started with the acoustic guitar. Like I the whole finger picking style of play is something I genuinely enjoy. Like a lot of artists that I'm very inspired by, they play that kind of like very melodic but like very intricate playing. And this one fine day, I think my family and I we traveled to Ireland. Okay, and we went to the souvenir shop, and in the souvenir shop there's this thing called the tin whistle. It's
Yeah.
not
Okay.
a bansuri, it's an Irish tin whistle. Basically, you play it like this.
Okay, I think I've seen that.
So I bought that, and then I bought it and I was just messing around. By that time, I was just playing with music quite seriously. And I started playing with it, and I went to the bathroom. And I started playing it there, and I was just like, dude, this shit with some reverb on it sounds amazing. Like, we should definitely try it. And then as soon as we got home, I recorded it, and I placed it on top. And sonically as well, like in terms of sound engineering, the flute is this kind of sound that's not too intense to mix in like a bass guitar or like a guitar or vocals for that matter. It's like it stands in like the mid-high ranges. So just place it, put some compression is like this sound engineering tip, whatever, and put some reverb in it. That's it. And it sat very well, and I'm like, I really like this. And the second I put it out on Facebook that time, my 20-30 friends, they're like, wow, what is this?
Dope you cooking,
Where is
bro.
this flute coming from? And from there onwards, I started buying, or no, I started getting a lot of gifts from my friends itself. The bassuri.
Oh, nice.
Now the difference with the bassuri and the tin whistle is that the tin whistle has that really sharpish metal sound, the resonance that comes from
Like
the
it's a
flute.
high frequency.
Yeah.
Right.
Quite high frequency, and it's got this. It kind of almost hurts your ears, but the bassuri is just this wooden instrument that has a much more rounded sound, and also you can bend between notes easier. So I got it.
You do that a lot, right?
Yeah. I try to, man. I try to.
I'm paying attention.
I love it.
Bro, I want to learn. Like, if I don't learn from the best, like.
I'm definitely not the best dude. Dude.
But for me, you are, right?
Oh.
So, like, it is what it is.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Shit.
So, like, when is our next class, bro?
Let me check my schedule.
Please clear it out for the week.
For sure.
But yeah, prior to coming on this, I did not know. I mean, we were talking about this before today, but I did not know we were in the same school.
Yeah,
I did not know we studied together.
4 years apart.
4 years apart, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's crazy. But I knew him from school. Like, I knew of him from school.
I did not like
Because he
him.
was one of the school guys, right? Who was in the
Yeah.
basketball team. When you
Good.
get the break, you fucking go to the basketball court. Watch, whoa, DPS. DPS. So, yeah,
I did not
you
know
have
that.
done that for him also, bro, without knowing.
Just not me specifically. But
Could be,
for
could be.
sure.
Like,
But
Wow, bro.
yeah, that's
So yeah, like I remember you from there, and then I heard this song. My friend Shreyas made me listen to it. He's like, bro, check this out. I was like, fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, I need to go to India for this, bro.
You're good Indian.
I need to go to India to listen to this properly, you know, give it my
Asterisks.
full. Yeah, exactly. So, how did you get into music? Like, what's the journey like from the beginning?
Dude, like I think since high school itself, I used to play the guitar. But full disclosure, like I love playing the guitar, but it was also like I liked impressing the girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
that's-
Oh yes, I
there,
remember
man.
one of your performances on stage as well, bro. My memory is sharp, or I'm just a fanboy as fuck. But anyway, listen to this. So you were playing the guitar, and then you were drumming on it as well.
Yes, dude.
Because
yeah.
that's the first time I've ever seen someone do that, and I was like, whoa, how is there a bass to a guitar like automatically like?
Yeah,
sort of
that song is actually called Drifting by Andy McKee.
Okay.
And that's where it all started. Like the whole guitar thing got very serious. And it's like the guitar is so, in a funny way, like multi-dimensional because it's like 6 strings and you can play more than one string at the same time. And instead of just playing chords, you can specifically play certain notes together and it sounds insane, dude. And that's where it started ticking. I was just like, this sounds very interesting, but that's where it stopped. Like the guitar stuff stopped there. That's where I probably hit my plateau there, and then I continued, like probably spending a lot of time playing Counter Strike.
like all of us.
Yeah, like all of yeah, and I did start making quote unquote making music when I was 14 years old. But no, check it out. Check this out. I downloaded FL Studio, the demo, the software that I use. And I downloaded the demo. I'm like, this is pretty cool. Made like 1, 2, 3 cheapo mashups. And then I closed it quietly and opened up MSN Messenger, continued to chat. Because I was like, that was more important when I was 14.
Yeah, fair, obviously.
But like seriously, on a serious note, like when I started making music was when I was 20 years old. I was an intern at an office, and at that time I was just like, dude, just please do not open your laptop and open a stupid like web game or like open Counter Strike and sneakily try to play it, because that's all I cared about, right? Try to be productive for once in your life. And funnily enough, I opened up the documents folder and there again, the same demo, the downloaded demo file was there, and I'm like, okay, let's fuck with this again. Sorry.
Bro, it's cool.
You
You can swear, you can drink Red Bull.
I can drink Red Bull.
Who has given us more Red Bulls?
Give us more Red Bulls.
Hashtag ad.
Hashtag make it official, guys. Already, come on.
Yeah, I mean, so since then, like, so I installed the software, and I started messing with it quite intensely at that time. And the first day I made this very, very shit song. Second day I made another very, very shit song. Third day I made another shit song and realized this is what I want to do with my life.
Wait,
Wow.
so wait, when you made that song, you were like, this is shit.
Did you?
No,
did
at
you
that time I was
say-
like,
that time you
nah,
were like,
that time I was like-
you were like the best song.
Dude, that time nobody was really like right now, especially with YouTube and with Facebook, with all the information you can get like within a second, right?
Yeah.
Especially the sound engineering stuff, which is the hardest thing in music production, in my opinion. And that's something that takes time to learn. You just can't get it then and there. Like at that time, there was no friends who really made music or cared about it. They did their own thing, which I don't fault them for. So I was pretty much like alone at that time, and I just kept on doing it. At that time, like you said, like that song was new, wasn't like this thing didn't exist before me, and that gave me so much like pride. It gave me so much joy as well, and I made people listen to it on Facebook, and they were like, "Oh my God, you need to, what was it? You need to."
Send your demo track.
Yeah, not even send my demo track. Just kind of like
Put it out there. Like,
put it
where
out
more
there.
people
Like, make
view.
sure it's watermarked or whatever, so that people don't steal this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay then.
I just made this in the fucking afternoon, bro.
Yeah, made this in an office, and yeah. Since then, like I think the third or fourth song was, I just realized, dude, this gives me so much joy, and this is what I want to do with my life. And then at that time, FL Studio was receiving a lot of flack because it was not this specific software called Pro Tools, which is wow, oh my God, like it is the professional industry standard for mixing, but not for production as well. And then I did some more research, and I found out some of my biggest inspirations like Avicii, Artie, Laid Back Luke at that time, they were all using FL. So I was like, this is a gift. And you can mess around with this and make something that didn't exist before with a couple of ingredients. That's when it started. And that's when it started turning. I was like, I enjoyed it, man. I would like you know how much, I don't know, are you guys hardcore gamers by any chance?
I used to be.
He was 18 hours a day Dota 2 player.
Oh, you are a different league of person,
that
bro.
if you
I'm
that was
afraid
CS.
of you now, dude.
Bro, before that was CS, then after that was Dota,
That
and now it's nothing, bro. Now
Dude, Dota is scary. I mean,
it is what it is.
yeah,
it
it is
is.
what it is. I
Yeah,
mean,
like from 18 hours Dota to no Dota is
It's
like
like
you're
a-
getting rid of an addiction, bro.
yeah,
Congrats to
I
you.
don't know how to
Like,
do it. That's a big.
that's a gaming addiction you
For
got
me,
rid
like-
of by yourself.
I looked at Dota 2 like it was heroin. I was just like, there is no way I'm going to touch Dota because I know my life will change.
Yeah.
Like I know Counter-Strike itself has like I wouldn't say ruined my life. It shaped my life in so many ways that if I jump into this, it'll take me a year to get good. But once I get good,
Yeah.
then you get pissed off.
yeah, then you
Then
get
it's
Then
the
you get
rage.
pissed off,
Bro, I used to
because
play-
people around you are not good.
Yeah.
And then see, then you start raging, bro. And then you're just on one till you have a 72-hour ban for not speaking to anyone, bro.
Oh, you get banned since then.
Bro, I was
Bro,
getting, I always like,
You think you were a gamer?
bro, I would like rage on people. Like I would rage on my friend. Like I used to play with my friend and I used to rage on him, and he would like get pissed off with me and not play the game with me for like at least 1 week till he calms down, and then I'm like, okay, but
That sounds.
No,
like
I
a-
understand,
That sounds
you
like a
know.
relationship, bro.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be the first time when you like raged at him and he's just suddenly like, okay, I don't want to play for a week. You would have done
No, he was
that countless multiple times.
playing.
And he's like, bro,
dude,
no more for me, please.
Did he
he was playing. I could see him online, but he's not playing with me. That's it. You know? And I'm like, okay, I know he's pissed off because, last game we had at this
Yeah, and
thing,
I
so-
was like a 12, 13 hours a day FIFA player. Like
FIFA, okay. Yeah.
just
yeah.
FIFA.
That's it.
Major
But
master,
yeah,
PhD.
you're right. It did shape your life. Like,
Oh,
you know what I
man.
mean? Like,
Yeah. And I'm scared of, like, people come to my house and they're like, why don't you have a PlayStation? You used to play so much. I was like, that's the reason.
This is the
That's the
reason.
like, your answer is in your question.
Yeah. It's like, why didn't you? I'm like,
yeah, because now I shifted and my computer is not there with me. Because I know if I get my computer to the new house,
I was gonna start.
It's gonna
When you
start.
see that Dota 2 desktop icon, you're like,
you get that little.
yeah.
Oh.
The amount of dopamine you get, oh.
I had literally 18,000 or 18,000 hours of playing.
18,000 hours.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
like from the age of like 16, 17 all the way till like 25, 26. Like 10 years, that's like,
You have a demon in the room here, bro.
dude. And I was just,
Damn to get out of
and
here.
I was just like,
Bro,
because
you mind if I took my chair and sat next to you? I'm getting like,
I feel you, brother.
you have a bad influence.
that's when I used to see it. So I started seeing that. I'm like, shit, dude. I have spent so much
time, right? Yeah.
so much of my time. Like, I think it was not 18, it was 13,000, I think, hours. And I was just
That's
like,
a lot.
Anything above like
8 to 10, I think.
3 to 4,000 means you are a main. You main that game. That's all you play. Like that's insane, man.
You still play Counter-Strike?
Bro.
All the time?
Now
Are you on Steam?
Yeah, I'm on Steam. But now I've kind of like shifted a lot more into Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty, like Warzone.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I play on my phone, bro.
Hey?
I play on my phone sometimes. Yeah.
Dude, that's also they brought out the original Verdansk map, which was the main map in 2020 during the lockdown time.
Oh my god, that's when I started playing COD.
Yeah,
we used to all like just be like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Battle Royale,
Fuck
bro.
it, let's
Battle
just
Royale,
play,
man.
man.
Battle Royale.
That is another level of addiction, bro. Because it's like it puts you, like, you know how Battle Royale works, right? It puts you in a map of just like 150 players. You're the last one to stay alive, but that's the only time you win. So every game,
And the map is just shrinking. And you're coming together.
Yeah.
You're coming.
There is going to be a fight, and you add that with 3 other of your boys, bro.
Yeah,
A
bro.
squad of 4
And the
people.
fucking volume is full on high.
On.
And you're speaking and you're going, bro, cover my fucking
yeah,
level
yeah,
clock.
and then you get pissed off because your boy is down.
Oh! And then there's
It's
an
like, bro,
airstrike coming in, and you're like, no, I'm gonna raise you because my life.
Because your boy is dead outside the safe zone, bro. And he's like, yo, can you go get my tag, man? Man, help me out. He'll resurrect. You know, I'm like, really?
But that's the thing, right? Like I suddenly we jump from music straight into game. I knew
Bro,
this was gonna
it
happen.
can be anything.
Eventuality,
That's the
right?
vibe. You have to still figure out what the vibe is.
For sure, fair enough, dude. Oh my god, and it's just like you build such close bonds with the people you play with, right? And now, even now, way after COVID, we are still playing. Literally, before we came, I hopped on a game, got slapped and left.
Yeah.
Out of touch, bro.
Yeah. There's a whole conversation about keyboard versus controller now.
Yeah.
That's not.
What do you
get into
prefer?
that. I'm a hardcore keyboard and mouse guy.
Same.
I know why, bro. Because
Counter-Strike.
when you get bored, when you're like done,
WASD,
you just go FL
bro.
Studio, start doing your shit,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
That's what makes sense.
100%. Like one.
And then when you're
machine
done
is-
with that, you need a break,
you
switch.
just jump into that, correct.
Yeah.
the
WASD,
control you
bro.
have with your entire hand, but now the game has changed, dude. Like they're favoring the controller players. The aim assist now is just, it breaks my heart.
That's the issue with cross console, right?
Yeah,
one
cross-
of them
cross
will,
play, yeah.
One of them will get the advantage.
100%.
Some way or the other.
Yeah, I'm still dealing with that now. I'm still a little heated about that whole conversation. Let's not get into that shit. But yeah,
Activision, get your shit right, man.
bro,
Come on.
they are milking us like cows, bro. Everyone is just pay.
Bro,
I
I want to
pay,
ask
bro.
you something, yeah? Let's say this Counter-Strike, this COD and everything. How much have you spent?
In dirhams.
I don't spend on skins. I am
Okay.
not that kind of guy.
Are you not?
Okay, so you're
are
not like-
do,
okay,
do
then
you know
you're
how
not
to
like
dress
me,
up?
bro.
Do you know how to dress up your character?
Oh no, I do. I'm a
right?
Snoop
Come
Dogg in COD right now.
See?
I knew
But-
you were
but
a G. I
earned
knew you
them.
were a G there as well.
But I didn't spend on the skins because I felt like, okay, listen, man, like we already paid for.
There's one boundary.
Yeah, boundary is just like,
boundary
listen,
is don't pay for
cosmetic-
skins.
I let my gun do the talking, bruh.
You'll have he'll have the basic attire, like the basic noob one, and then kill everybody, and you're like,
And that's what, and it frustrates them even more if they
They're like, man, I paid so much
normie
for this.
skin.
this guy's killing me without skin.
But I did during COVID. I did grind for gold camo. Basically, you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to,
yeah.
You have to spend some time and then you unlock.
You get that
everything.
guy,
Yeah.
right? That,
Not the
No,
guy,
the
the gun.
guns,
The
all the
gun
guns
is like absolute.
all the guns
like,
are golden.
It's shining.
oh, you grinded your way through
yeah,
that.
to
That's
get
me.
that. That takes some time. That takes a good.
Bro, I reached like what level 150. That's the max I could reach right at that time.
On mobile?
On mobile,
Right.
on mobile. So there was elite ranking system or
Right,
something.
right.
I was just on it, bro. On it. Like
It's-
full on. Like my mom is shouting at me, go and have a shower. And I'm like, fuck no, I'm in the middle of a fucking online
Your boys
game.
are dying on the floor, and then they're just like, okay, can you get me something? I'm like, brother, like, can you not see I'm dying here?
Bro, I need to give a message to some parents for their kids. Okay. It's very important.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go with
An online game is an online game that just absolutely cannot be paused. Parents, please take this very seriously and give your children at least 4 minutes of buffer time for something to end.
Okay,
Please.
well, let's put a scenario here.
Yeah.
Okay, parents here, listen. When your child goes out to play cricket or football and there's an entire team of people that banks on that guy. Your kid may be excellent at the game, or he's an essential player in the game. Are you gonna come and tell him go go inside the basketball or football or cricket court, like wherever you are, you come and hey, do that. Come and get that thing for me right now. No, we're all sweaty.
Go and polish my shoe and come back. No, bro, I'm in a fucking I'm playing cricket over here. Bro. I want to hit a 6. I don't want to pick up a shoe and polish it.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's pretty much how it should be. Like, give them a 4 to 5 minutes. I think that's the average half or game time, something like that. Right?
I think now it's turned into a science as well. Like you should see the body posture. If the guy is just laid back and just chilling and playing, then he can just literally press escape, because it's not a multiplayer insane like high.
He's not turned on. You know
Yeah. When he's sitting straight and his hands, feet are like this, and he's sweating and he's. That's when you're gonna.
But playing so much game also fucked with my posture, bro, at one point of time. Yeah, you know when you're like hunching and you're like...
So when I went to the doctor to get my neck showed, right, because I fell. So apparently the neck is supposed to go like, it's supposed to curve this way. My neck is curving the other way. Because I used to lie down on my stomach and I used to play FIFA like this.
Oh.
Yeah,
and my TV was right there.
Right.
So...
over the years,
I did that then and now...
Yeah, over the years, my posture got fucked up because of this thing of gaming. But now I don't, so I'm trying my best to like stand straight. Now it's like conscious for me. I have to do it like that, you know. I have to realize like, or before it's...
I do it all the time.
Like my normal is just like my shoulders down like that. So till I go see myself in the mirror, like walking by and I'll see the mirror and I'm like, oh shit, bro, I'm just like slouching like that, man. let me just do this, bro.
I try to make conscious effort while I'm on it. Like I just try to sit straight. Like you have to kind of get your screen like level with your eyes and stuff like that.
And my TV used to be there.
Yeah, and now technology has made it very easy for you. Now the monitor can go up and down like that, so it's easy, you know.
Even your tables go up and down.
Yeah, tables also go up and down.
You have that?
No, man, I want to get one. Because the thing is, like, supposedly, like, when you stand, you are more productive, even for music, for that matter.
So I was watching, I was just going through some Instagram, like, trying to connect with someone to get on the podcast. So I just came across Naomi D'Souza. Okay, so what, I think she did that, or was it someone else? But I saw her having a walking pad.
Oh, that sounds insane.
Bro, like just imagine you're being productive on that table that you can raise and you're standing on a walking pad. And you're just walking and you're working. Walking and working.
I can't even fix it again. Walking.
I'm working right now. Get the fuck out of here.
Cut that out, guys.
You're either like walking or you're working. Like, come on.
Absolutely. Oh, it's productivity hacks is something that I love to delve into, especially like when you're trying to make music and nothing shows up. Like you spend 10 hours just sitting and staring and you're like, bruh, it's the same kick drum all over again for the next 10 hours, and then you need to make sure your space is kind of clean and all of that stuff. So I really do want to get that standing table. I think,
bro, it's in IKEA, you can get it.
Yeah. And I think there are ways where you can get the stands only and then get the IKEA the long wooden I don't know what you call it, the wooden
slab
thing. Yeah, the slab separately.
Right? Yeah.
And that way you can shape it the way you want it, kind of a thing.
That's
I don't know.
Bro.
That's all.
That's all the creativity, bro.
For sure, bro.
Bro, so I have a question for all of us. Okay, so we're gonna ask some questions. Okay, we're gonna deep dive into some mindful, insightful, getting into your mind and his head now. Okay. When you look in the mirror, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? When you look at yourself in the mirror. Okay, just switch on your selfie camera and see what is the first word that comes to your mind.
I think
you can take mine. Best word. Just give me the word, then you explain it.
Almost there, I guess.
Almost there. Close. Almost where, if you don't mind me asking.
I feel it. Maybe in a year or two, I'll probably hit like my prime, where I'll in terms of everything, in terms of fitness, in terms of music, in terms of growth, all of that stuff. Like I feel like just a little bit more, push it, be consistent, and I think I'll get there where I want to be. But that's been there since a long time.
Okay, but you just said now 2 to 3 years more.
2 to 3.
Will you come back
even.
Here?
Huh?
Will you come back?
100%.
Yeah.
This is
home,
it, right?
Like,
in a weird space, like not even weirdly. We grew up here.
Yeah.
So wherever you go, unlike the US, this place is so safe, bro.
Yeah.
Like and I have all my friends here, dude. Like once I go there, of course I've made some great friends, great colleagues as well. But It's just the safety aspect of it is just bar none, and also it's comfort, right? So I have to do. I'll definitely come back. My folks are still here as well. US though is a different, completely different story, bro. That's.
I wanna get into that, the US bit, but I wanna know his answer.
I want to know your answer. Man.
Yeah, if you want to hear it.
I want everyone to answer.
First, you answer, man. Come on, let's go.
Cool. I would just be like, yeah, this guy's cool. Like I'm cool with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But then I don't have that like fire, like fuck, I need to do it. Like I already know I'm doing it and I'm going to do it. It's
Bro, that's what I'm telling you. For me, there's only one word when I see it, right? And it can be taken into good way, bad way also. It's just wow. I look at myself.
Wow,
I'm like,
that's
wow.
awesome,
That's a
bro.
nice little
That's
googly
so
there.
good,
Yeah,
bro.
it's just wow.
Love
I'm like, if it depends on my mood. Now, if I'm like feeling like shit, I'm like, wow, you're shit. Wow, you're
Wow,
shit.
you're so shit.
or if I'm in a good mood, I'm like, wow, bro, you're sick.
You're
You know,
the shit.
You're this shit. You're this shit, bro.
So yeah, that's what I'm like. Just when I see myself, I'm like, wow, that's
Lovely,
all.
bro. That's a nice way to look at it.
So where in US are you staying?
California,
have you gone? California.
Los Angeles, yeah. So that's the hub. I'd like to think, or actually no, it is.
It is the hub,
it is
right, for
literally
music.
the hub for music, all things acting.
Yeah.
Like that. There is no other place in the world that's better than Los Angeles for opportunity, dude.
But do you think like this will happen in Dubai, where like the music opportunity and everything will
100%.
increase? You know, is it?
For sure, bro. I mean, if you asked me this question 10 years ago, I'd say absolutely not.
Yeah.
But you ask me now, see what fucking Jeff is doing, dude. Jeff is just killing it. And
He's smashing it.
He's absolutely killing it, and I'm so happy to see him smash it because he's one of the good guys, right? Like, I love that guy. And
I love Jeff, man.
And the way
He's
he
so
runs
sweet,
it
dude.
as well. Yeah. And he's a good dude, very talented guy, and he's actually on the precipice of something incredible. And he's got it all locked down. He's got the brand, and he's got an extremely good team of people. It's not just him. It's Vinay, and it's also Aaron as well. So they have it well thought of, like the brand, the visuals, the hype, and also of course the main part, the music. Right? They've got it.
It's that fusion, bro.
Yeah.
It's that
little
sweet
touch
spot.
of, like
Yeah,
that
the
tweak.
G spot you need to find. The G
It's
people, like, you need to
like
find
Afro beats meets a little bit
it.
of
Like
Desi.
like South Indian, like not just like the commercial Desi that you
Yeah.
hear. Like
Yeah.
I
Not
love
just
it when he
Bollywood,
puts in those, the South Indian beats in it.
Yeah.
The fusion is mad, man. Like it's amazing.
And he's also a wizard when it comes to DJing. He's one of the best DJs I've seen, bro. Like,
Damn.
Yeah, one of the best. Like, first time I met him, I think it was at a wedding, and this dude just absolutely slayed, bro. And I'm just watching him do it because I'm also a DJ. But like in terms of when you have to compare, like in terms of music production or instruments to DJing, I'm still learning. Like there are a lot of new tricks I've learned over the years. But like compared to him, he's like an absolute like superstar veteran at what he does it. And it is an art form. Like it's an art form of being in the state of flow, reading the people's movements, seeing what comes next, what should come next.
Also like connecting all the right things together.
100%,
to make a
seamless transition.
Seamless transition,
You know a DJ is extremely good when you just cannot tell from song A to song B when that change happened, right?
That's the exact like thing that I try to follow. If I can tell that the song has changed from song A to song B, if I can tell while I'm doing, because you'll be your like
Worst critic.
Dude, I think Raghav, when he goes like to these clubs, or if he ever does, I think you know what he'll be thinking of?
He'll be listening.
Like he'll just be listening, and he'll be like, next song, okay, I know this song. This song is going. He won't like you will
like
be
for me
enjoying it.
like when I'm mixing, I don't have like a track list prepared.
That's the best way to DJ, by the way.
Like I like people go like, okay, you know what, you need to have like a track list of 12 to 13 songs for that 1 hour, give or take, up to 16 songs, whatever. And then you got to have those keys locked in. You have to do this, like, like
Very methodical.
Yeah, like it's so methodical, but like when you are on the dance floor, you're not expecting a robot to play for you, right? You're expecting someone to understand the whole environment, the vibe, like you have to connect with people on an energetic level, and on the basis of those frequencies you create for them is what the vibe is.
100%. And like I think a happy medium is just like be on the fly most of the time, but also consider the fact that you're taking the people who've come there to watch you perform, take them on a journey.
Captain the ship, bro.
Captain the ship, exactly.
That's
so
it.
it's like it's a huge responsibility. Like, of course, the lights, the cameras, all of that stuff is great, but nobody cares about that. At
Yeah.
that point in time, you want to make sure that they're having a great time and so are you. And
Yeah.
this is a little quote that I don't remember where I heard. Like, a good DJ plays the music that the audience wants, but a great DJ plays music that the audience never knew they needed to hear.
Whoa.
Yeah. So like you
That's
play them something new that blows their fucking mind. Like it's happened to me
Yeah.
every night. I go to a show in LA and I'm just like, what is this shit? And 90% of the time, of course, you're all pulling out Shazam at this point. You're like, what is this? You can't find it.
Can't find
So
it.
I pull out the recorder. I'm like, I listen to it. I'm like, what on earth is this shit?
Wow.
And sometimes it's like 2 tracks in the middle, 3 tracks put together, or a transition. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of like caliber of DJing that I've seen, dude. And it's quite intimidating at times, but it's just like, what is your USP at that point?
Bro, you just pick up one stick.
Hmm.
That's all you need, bro. If anyone intimidates you, pick this up.
Pick
And just fucking play it and go like, shut the
Flute,
fuck up,
man.
now, bro.
No, I really
Like, calm your
no,
energy,
I
bro.
mean,
You don't need it.
isn't that your USP? The only thing
Yeah.
with the flute
The
and
flute,
Bro, it is so like it's the highest level of like for music for me, bro. Like
an instrument.
if any instrument could like, if I was just sleeping and you had to shake me like with music, I would respond to a flute.
Wow, dude, that sounds amazing, bro.
Yeah, like I'm such a big fan of that instrument. And you put it into anything,
Yeah.
it'll just raise the bar, bro.
Yes, and it's also like it's almost like a voice. Like it's not as
Yeah.
good as a voice, of course, because nothing beats the human voice in terms of an instrument because it's so incredibly powerful texture. There are textures with different people, and everyone is unique. Nobody's is similar. But like with the flute, it's just like you're breathing into it, so there's a limitation to how much you can breathe out, and because of that, the
Yeah.
melodies stay like a vocal. And
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a
trip.
So good.
It's a trip.
So you need to do breathing exercises and all before.
Luckily, I'm not playing the saxophone. If I was playing the
Okay.
saxophone, I need to be on point with my breath.
With
'cause
your
you need to,
lungs.
Yeah, you need to have a lot of pressure to kind of like just push that reed and get it to shake.
Yeah.
The way the sax play works is just like you have this wooden piece that kind of like vibrates the entire thing. And you need a lot of power to push it out. Flute is more on the lines of just kind of like you have to be just right in terms of the level of breath so that the flute resonates, and every flute, because of its different sizes, resonates at a different level.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it has its limitations because you're only stuck to a key. So that's the only issue. Unless you're playing the pan flute where you can play everything together. I haven't figured that out yet, but like the bansuri so far has been.
Like it's your thing, right?
I love it, man. I
Do you have any like sort of connection to like Krishna or something?
Oh, I was just thinking of that, man. I'm really.
You know what they say about great minds, right?
I
They
mean,
just keep asking
Bro,
what's
I was
the vibe.
just thinking. I was like, man, you like Krishna, bro. Like,
Yeah, like you have some like sort of like a emotional bondage with
or like
Krishna,
religious belief
like,
in it.
yeah,
and Shiva.
something.
I see the thing is it's not as much with Krishna, but like funnily enough, it's a lot more to do with Shiva. So
You have a song called Shiva as well, right?
that's exactly what
And
it
I
is.
fucking love that song.
I
as well.
love you,
Bro,
dude.
I
Bro,
tell
if I
you-
go to my recently played, there's Shiva, there is Rave Guru. Like I was telling you, right? I was making him listen to you,
Yeah. Oh man.
and those were the songs that I had like downloaded.
On Spotify it shows
Spotify,
up first.
yeah,
Funnily
yeah,
enough, yeah.
So I kind of got to thinking about that whole thing is when you said the word basuri.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I haven't heard that word in
Exactly, right? Like,
years, man. Like, basuri, I was
So-
like, whoa.
what's the connection to Shiva?
Dude, I don't know, man. It's so I would like to say like spiritually, like even with my family, like where I'm from is from Kannur. This shirt, this is a symbol of a dance. It's called the Theyyam dance, and it's a very spiritual thing.
Is it the Tandav ish?
I don't know what Tandav exact.
It's
Shiva
that
Tandav?
great dance of Shiva,
No,
right?
it's not. It's not closer to that. But it's a very spiritual dance, and it's a what do you call charanga? It's a procession kind of a thing, based in my town in Kerala, and from where we are from, there's a temple which is called Parashanikadavu, which is what do you call a disciple of Shiva. So I had no idea. I had no spirituality, none of that stuff, until like a couple of years ago when I just felt like I resonated more with Shiva than anyone else. And it didn't come because of any influence for that matter. And then later on, I started to realize around me, like my family or the people that I'm more closer to, just resonated with Shiva as well. And it's weird, man. You can go really deep into the whole what do you call spirituality when it comes to that, but unfortunately not as much with Krishna, because I'm assuming because
No, we just like because it just made sense.
Yeah,
to
no, with the
connect that.
flute,
Yeah.
saying, very this thing in terms of the flute. Yeah,
I just had to put parking. Right.
dude, I just went straight into the other spot.
Yeah,
Like,
I
there's
just
no
knew my
time.
parking. I was like,
I couldn't find
wow,
parking.
bro. Raghav, tell me you have some very nice question that he thought of, because Raghav has some deep questions, bro.
Okay, bro. So this is something I was saving for a guest, which I would really want to know this from. Okay, so just imagine. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, and probably if you guys want to do it yourself, it's like an exercise.
Lovely.
All right, close your eyes and put out a flow chart in front of your closed eyes, in your head, in your subconscious mind. I need you to access the layer which is after your conscious mind, which is your subconscious mind. Just go and try to access your center. Okay. Now put a flow chart in front of you and put a flow chart of a kingdom in front of you in terms of hierarchy. Okay. On the top of the flow chart, there's a king, there's a queen. Below that, there's a prince, princess, and then now let's throw in some Game of Thrones vibe into it. There is a hand of the king, there's a treasurer, there is a whisperer,
Whisperer and all, yeah.
there is all of these things
Peasant
which are
also.
a part of around a kingdom. Okay. Do you have the flow chart in your head? Like let's say the hand of the king can control the king, is manipulative. It is this. The treasurer is someone who has a lot of money and like can back people up. And there's a whisperer who has all the secrets, knows everything. This is the gossip person. All of that. Now, according to all of you in your own heads, who are you in that king?
King, absolutely,
You're the king, right?
100%,
You're the king.
100%. I'm
What-
the king to my fucking story, bro. Damn,
That's
sorry.
fucking no. That's true. That's
Yeah, that's fine.
That's so like not everyone's answer is the king, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Surprising, right?
Yeah. How? I mean,
Because my
I
answer
asked
is not the king.
my girlfriend. She said king.
I'm not
and
the king.
And Raunak is not the king.
I'm
what
not-
are you then?
I'm the hand of the king.
Wow.
So he can make someone a king.
Kingmaker
He can
and a
replace
king,
the
yeah.
king. He can
Depending
do
on-
everything, but he's not the one who's going to chop the head off. The king chops the head off. The
Right.
decision maker is the king.
Wow. What about you?
He's
That's such a deep question, my dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you to access your subconscious mind.
think about it. Like, I am not the guy who's gonna do everything, but I can manipulate them enough to.
Yeah.
That's
He will
insane.
get what he wants. He doesn't need to be the king for that.
King for that.
Get it?
Yeah.
And he won't be in the limelight.
He won't.
But he's always associated. He's the one pulling the strings from the back.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, man.
I put
need a
my-
minute for that.
It's crazy, right?
What about you? Didn't answer.
I would love to be like the third prince, bro.
Really?
Yeah. The third prince.
You wanna know why?
You want to
This
know
third
why
pr-
I'm the third prince? In my head.
Because third prince gets the crown eventually.
No.
or
So I have a friend who is the hand of the king. This was a later we discussed it and we're like,
Yeah.
whoa, you're the hand of the king? I'm the third prince. So third prince is basically someone who is not that relevant in the kingdom, because if the king dies, the first prince
is the one who turns
yeah.
into the king.
Now there's always someone next in line to get at that
Yeah.
king position.
The second prince would want.
The
want
second
off the
prince,
first
like
prince, blah,
for
blah, blah.
whatever reason, if the first prince dies, or the second prince can do something and put the person aside, the third prince is still like not anywhere near the power.
Right.
Don't have
Yeah,
the.
so I'm
you
just
don't have the
chilling, doing my own
responsibility
thing. I don't have a responsibility
of the kingdom.
Of the kingdom. But I still hold prince, the value
Yeah,
of the
value.
prince.
And you get all the perks as well, but
Yeah.
none of the.
Yeah, none of the
downfalls,
royal like.
The pitfalls. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
None of the I have to be the king and I have to.
Damn.
That's
Yeah.
mad, right? You
Such
can
a
literally ask
crazy-
anyone this question, bro.
I'm definitely gonna ask a couple of people. This.
So for me,
I like the way you said go into your subconscious mind and get to that
Yeah.
inner place of yours.
yeah, because I need the answer from there, bro.
Yeah,
This is not a surface level question. This
Yeah,
is like from your
Who are
within.
you? Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you really are? Like, तू जानता नहीं मेरा बाप कौन है? तू कौन है? You know, like, you're the king, buddy.
Damn.
So that made us think like deeper. Okay, why are you not the king, Raunak? Like, obviously, like most people will answer king.
Yeah, right.
or queen.
Like everyone is
One of my
selfishly
friends-
self-involved to be the king. As
One of my
well.
friends answered scholar.
Because he wants to help. I guess.
No, just
No,
the knowledge.
just wants knowledge.
Knowledge.
Like just a knowledge hungry, grasping, like just bred in fucking curry, bro. Just soak
That's
it all up.
insane.
Yeah.
Because that's people's purpose, right?
Yeah. Like not everyone has the capability of being a king or the mindset or doesn't want that much attention on them.
Yeah. Like it's a similar question has been asked to me a long time ago in high school or college. It's like, what would you want to be, either on stage or backstage, right? Similar, like.
What would you want to be? Sorry, say again?
What, the question is like, what would you rather be, on stage or backstage?
Yeah.
Like backstage running the show.
What would you want? You would obviously be on
Main
stage,
thing,
right?
Yeah. At this point, if I say backstage, what am I doing? Right? Yeah. Damn.
No,
That's crazy,
Very
man.
deep ass question. Though.
Yeah, so that's what we are trying to create, like a deep sort of a vibe. So, you mentioned earlier that you came across something to do with grief and loss, right?
Yeah, man.
Should we dig into it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, is
Thank
it
you
okay?
for bringing that up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So tell me what happened, man. I
Dude,
don't know.
so the song that of ours that you like the most, Rave Guru, like
Yeah.
it is co-produced or not co-produced. It's sung by none other than Sujit Raj, who is an absolute talent, and unfortunately he had passed away 2 months ago. I think today's the 8th. No,
Yeah.
2 months ago exactly. He passed away 2 months ago, and he is literally my best friend. And he's the kind of guy that I send music to before it's finished, and I'm like, yo, what's up? What's the deal with this? And he will shit on it. And I love that about him, because he's the only one who's strong enough to find problems in songs that nobody else can see, because nobody else can hear, because he's extremely gifted in terms of everything. His hearing is incredible. His motor skills as a singer, motor skills as a dancer, as an actor, all of this stuff. And he's also a successful actor in the industry as well. Unfortunate, man, but it is my experience with grief, unfortunately, started here. Like before that, it was never. I think I've told you this. Like I've heard a lot of my friends say that someone dear to them had passed, and although I felt bad for them, I go to sleep, wake up the next day, and just go on with my day. Right? Nothing, no problem. And of course, I talk to them, and they're still hurting, and I'll do everything I can to help them, but I don't know what they're going through. And now this time, it shook me, dude. And this is not the kind of guy that I speak to couple of weeks in, or like a couple of months in a while, after a while. Even this guy is out in India, I'm in LA, this guy calls me, or I call him, and it's the kind of relationship I have with him is kind of like, when it's 3 p.m. in LA, it's like maybe 4:30 or 3 a.m. in India. I will call him at 3 a.m. and he picks up and he's like, what? In Malayalam, he's like, "Yenda?" Like, what? Like, "Ah, fuck you," and I cut the phone. So it's that kind of shit, because it gives.
He's your boy.
He's my homie, dude, and unfortunately he passed him. Grief is something that's absolutely new to me, and I'm dealing with it. It's a lot better now than it was a lot before, but my wife and I had to deal with this for the first time. Someone so dear to us, right?
Yeah.
And it is. And this is something my dad told me as well. This is unfortunate. I can't help you here, but this is also part of life. Like,
Yeah.
loss.
It changes you as a person.
It's
man.
changed me as a
Like-
person. Even my wife told me this. It's like usually the kind of person I am like the absolute fearless optimist. Like I always like to see the good things in people, good things in opportunity, good things in bad times, good things in everything in light, and there is light in absolutely everything. There is no fucking light in this guy going, because we've had so many plans made where we were supposed to ride bikes together, and he actually taught me how to ride for the first time. And funnily enough, like we've also made music together, and the thing is, music, the songs that we work on always make a much more meaningful impact. Funnily enough, because we always fight before we start making the song, or while we're making the song. There's been a time where there's this other song called Temple Runners, which I'm very, very close to. It's probably my favorite song that I've made of mine, and there's been a time where I loved his vocals so much. I'm like, let's start the song with that. Him and I started getting into such a deep, hardcore argument. He called my wife. He's like, please tell him. Please tell him he's talking full shit. So when this kind of person goes away, my brain starts to cope with things in a funny way where I wouldn't like to say that still it's just coping with things. It's also like I really do believe in the spiritual realm, and he's definitely with us always, and I know he's with us. It's just unfortunate that I can't slap him. Like, you know, that's pretty much it, man.
That
Like,
sort of represents your relationship with him, right? Like it's like a brother.
yeah.
Was it? It was very unexpected, right?
It was very unexpected because the guy is an extremely talented rider, but it was also not exactly his fault when it came to riding. Like it was unforeseen like accident where he was trying to overtake someone. He did overtake that car, but then there was a scooter who was just getting into the lane super slow. So it was just like, damn, dude. And the entire ordeal of him being in the hospital for like 11 days and us seeing him just on a ventilator. The dude, even
That's I think do you think that is more painful than just hearing about like, okay, bro, one of my friend has passed away. Just hearing that is like, you know, let's say like like no like offense to anyone or anything. Let's say for example, I'm just posing a situation here. You saw him on the ventilator, right? Would you prefer seeing him on the ventilator or just hearing that my friend has passed away?
ventilator forever?
No, like how much ever time, like that ventilator to me it feels like, you know, that person is still alive but is still in pain and suffering.
Yeah, no.
You know?
Depending on the situation, right?
Yeah, like let's say this situation, your friend passed
better
away.
he's gone because
Yeah.
he was just like, there's no way he's coming back. And Sujit is the kind of guy that if he comes back with any of his faculties gone, he will make it a point to kill me, because he's like, you bring me back in this state, you would die with me, bro. And he'll kill himself as well. He's that kind of guy because he's the, what do I say, man, he's the life of everyone's party. Like everyone calls him, and like because he brings so much light into everyone's life, right? And I had the fortune of having him for at least a good 10-15 years, and he's seen me on my journey to making music, so much so that he got himself involved. And to see him go away and to realize that, you know, we won't be able to make any more music together is very painful. That is one thing that hurts, and it will continue to hurt for a very long time before I realize that, you know, the guy's too lazy to sing another song anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
You know what this sort of makes me think? I don't know, Raunak, like give me your views on it. Like I've always heard that great musicians go through, there's something that breaks their heart.
100%.
There's a what the fuck moment.
Yeah.
You know, like for real. Like
Yeah.
without which, you know, like you don't dig that much deeper into yourself.
100%.
You know, I can totally see you, like if you're this hurt by someone who's this close to you, working with you, this, that, I think it's gonna bring a lot more out of you.
100%.
Like he is probably gonna get it done
Yeah.
through you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is just like my imagination, my belief system. Like this is how I see things.
No, 100%. All very sad musicians are excellent musicians because they dig deep into their emotion and they put that out on a platter,
Yeah,
right?
and that's what makes them like, you know, like bulge out.
Yeah, at what
Sort
cost,
of.
right?
I mean, I know, like
I mean, I want to ask you one thing. Yeah? So, you said your friend died in a motorcycle accident. So he hit a scooter. What about the other guy?
The other guy, actually, he because he was going so slow, he's fine.
Can I ask you, what if you see him?
I
Would you be
won't-
pissed? Would you be able to forgive him?
Oh man, I don't think it was anyone's fault at this point.
But like, you would still be pissed, right? Why were you driving so slow? Would you think?
Like the thing is, I've tried my best bit to not delve too deep into that kind of rage because that helps nobody. What am I gonna do? Gonna go kill him? No, that's not gonna help anyone.
That's good. No, that's what I wanted to know. Like, cause some people like have that.
no, like
thing where
it could be any thought in your head.
you know,
right?
like what if the
in that
guy
sense.
who probably not his fault, but what if you see him? What would your emotions be like at that
I
time?
would definitely ask him what happened, and I'd ask him to be honest about it. Just let me know, because so I can have my peace. But
Like you
Like
deserve
your
the
own
truth,
closure.
right?
yeah, for my own closure. I mean, I did finally get my closure with Sujit, but those kind of questions, unless you have a camera to really see what exactly happened, and we didn't.
Can't tell, bro. Like
we can't
It's
tell.
there'll be like
his or her story,
three
It's
different
hearsay.
stories from three
Yeah.
different
Yeah,
people.
it'll be
Yes.
hearsay.
Yeah, and there's a lot of shitstorm like spinning in the middle as well, so that's a waste of time. And I don't feel like it's in my place to go and hunt this guy and
Yeah,
find
no,
out
it's
what's the
obviously
point.
not to hunt this guy. Just I'm saying it's not like you're hunting him. Maybe you see him in somewhere and you're just like, you know,
like what happened?
what would happen? Like,
Yeah. Because the thing is, if there is some foul play, that guy is in trouble. So Sujit has an army of people. Even in the hospital, there was an army of people there, ready to rock whatever we need, whatever they needed. We made sure that Sujit, everything, all his needs, financially also, even in terms of just like emotional counseling for other people, for his family, we were there through and through.
Yeah.
So that way he's well loved, and even his family was telling us
that's the best, you know. When I think, I mean, obviously, when people like some of them are like, when you have the best relations, like when you have the closest friends, when you are like that type of person, man, and when people come to support you no matter what, like I think that's like the best feeling. Like that's the best
kind of and
person you could be. You know what I mean?
100%, because you bring so much light into people's life, and when you're a little down,
Yeah.
that's one of the main reasons I'm in Dubai, is because I was supposed to be in LA, man. I was on a steep climb, bro. Like the first show, Jeff flew me out, like Stick No Bills.
Wow,
they
that
flew
was
me
sick.
out.
That was sick.
Bro.
That was amazing.
That was an
Hands down.
insane show. Like that was the first show of the year, and I was like, what is going on, my guy? And the second thing, I go to Kochi, to India, to perform 2 shows. One on a festival.
Holy or something? What is that? That was in the
That
US,
was the
right?
5th show. So basically, the 4th show was Kashmir. The thing with Kashmir also was an entire thing, because he's such a good ass human being, bro.
Can you tell us one story with Kashmir? Anything?
Oh, 100%, bro. So the thing with Kashmir, like, especially when it came to showing, I'll tell you 2 actually, because those are incredible stories that I keep to my chest, and it makes me believe that what I'm doing is right. So I started, so I was supposed to close for Kashmir, right? And Niles, his name is Niles. So Niles is almost done with the show, is done, and then I walk in, and then I'm trying to put in my USB in. And I know exactly how these things work. Put your USB in, and I'm a record box. I don't know if you know
Yeah,
record box.
I use record boxes.
Record box. So you pop in a record box, the CDJ reads everything, you're good to go. I practiced this. I rented a studio to do this, and pressed it, plugged it in. Unrecognizable USB.
Oh shit.
I shat it. I shat my load. This is my one chance. My first show in LA, the biggest, with the nightclub of my fucking dreams, closing for one of the artists I looked up to for all my life. Am I gonna shit it like this? And then I put my flutes on the side, and then Niles saw that. He saw I was fucking up. What he did, instead of, he could have just been, this is my last song, boys, peace out, and walked off. And I'm fucked. I am absolutely fucked. But he didn't do that. He took the mic, he started talking to people. It's like, there's a lot of Indian crowd here, there's a lot of Asian people. Where you guys from? You guys have been so incredible. There's also incredible music coming up. He's constantly keeping
he's
the
hyping
ball.
you up.
He's hyping me up. Then he saw me pull my flutes in, and he's like, oh, you're gonna play the flute? I was like, yeah, man. Oh, that's amazing. Damn, why you gotta show me up like that? I was like, what? This is Kashmir. Homie's got like billions of plays, played Tomorrowland, played Ultra, main stage, all of this. I am not showing him up, even if I brought 1,000 flutes. Homie, let's be real.
Bro, just imagine the power of that one thing.
Yeah.
That what, dude?
You just showed it to him.
Yeah,
he just saw it.
And that just, like, I get goosebumps thinking of that, because he didn't have to do that. And just so this, and then after he did that, I didn't get a chance to thank him, right? Then the next day he had another show, which I was just a spectator this time.
Okay.
I was like, okay, now I'm gonna drink some alcohol, have a great ass time with my friends. Okay, we got backstage, all of that stuff. We sat. He showed up. He showed up to backstage with his entourage, like an absolute star. Then I went up to him. I was like, dude, and he's like, hey, Mangal, nice to see you again, man. I'm like, dude, you know what you did yesterday, where you kind of stalled the crowd? You didn't have to do that, but because you did, you probably saved my first show in the US. And he's like, don't worry, man. It's all about love. And he told me this. He stared at me into my soul, and he said this. He's like, remember me when you get famous. I mean, remember me when you get big. And I was like,
He's like, I'll never forget you.
Bro, like he's telling you something that because he has seen it. I
that's
saw it in school, bro.
Dude, but that's the thing. Like when someone says that, someone of that stature like comes and says that to you, it's like, remember me when you get big, and I'm just like, I suddenly there's this like sudden wash of like coldness into my system, and I was just like, after 3 seconds after he started taking a step back, I said I will. but I was just like, how can someone this is something that I've noticed, because even with like a couple of other artists that I've collaborated with as well, like the guys at the top, they are always humble. They're always looking out for the little guys. They're always looking out for people like us, because they were there at the same place a while ago and they can't help but feel. And in that way, I'm very fortunate, bro. Like, I can't say that, like, life is tough. Yes, like, especially right now, after all of that's happened, especially with Sujit's passing and all of that, like, I was on that fucking, like, right after Kashmir show was the holy show, and it was all bangers, dude. And I was popping off, and I was getting more shows as well. But then just, like, at this point in time, I'm just healing, but I am very fortunate, man. Like, especially with, dude, Laid Back Luke was, I don't know if you guys have heard of the story of how I met the guy, bro.
Oh, tell me, I want to know.
Bro, I think you gave him a CD in Creamfields.
I'll give you the,
or somewhere
Tell
like
me
that.
Tell me that story. I don't know.
I know about this.
Wow.
Yeah.
But so how it happened is that I made like 6 electronic tracks and 1 acoustic track. So I make acoustic music as well. I'm very passionate about it, which is probably going to be my next release.
Sick.
So I put that all in a USB, and I was driving to Chi Dome Garden. You remember in Bardubai?
Yeah,
Chi.
Hey, that's the first place I went clubbing.
Yeah.
Same place. And he was playing there. So I bought
Laid Back Luke was playing there.
Yes, this is in 2014.
Okay, that was like, G was the thing at that time.
Right? Because old Dubai, right?
Yes.
And it was beautiful venue as well.
Yeah.
And I was driving there, and I was listening to my acoustic track. It's called All of My Days, and the lyrics goes like, all of my days wasting away, happiness is near, but silence is all I hear. And that's the writing that I gave, and it's very
deep.
very deep, because nothing was working out in my life in terms of music, because I was 3 years in, nothing showed up. I'm sitting in to a deaf audience. Of course, my friends are going to support me, but I'm not seeing any movement up front, right? And so I was driving, and I burst out crying. I'm like, what am I doing? So I'm like, fuck it, wiped my tears, got my ticket, went in. And the warm-up DJ was performing. So I went front and center, and I was like, okay, I need to position myself, somehow get this USB to Luke, bro.
Yeah.
How am I going to do this? I have no idea. But then I kept going, and as soon as the warm-up DJ got done with his show, soon enough, Luke showed up. And once Luke did show up, I immediately started. I had nothing else to do. I had no backstage access, no connections to Chi Dome Garden, nothing. There's no way I'm getting there. I'm like, fuck it. I started jumping in the dance floor. I'm like, Luke, it's my demo, just jumping. And then immediately the bouncer comes up and he's like, dude, what the fuck?
You can't do shit.
And he flashed his light at me, right? Because of that, I think that caught Luke's attention. And immediately, you know how DJs are, they're always in the group.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I looked past the bouncer.
You're just waiting for that one look up.
Yeah,
right?
and he looked straight at me, and he stopped moving, and he's like, what's going on here? I'm like, demo. And he started pointing at me, dude. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then he pointed at the same bouncer. I'm like, please give it to him. And then the bouncer gave it to him, and he showed it to me. He's like, this is with me. And he put it in his pocket.
Wow.
Bro, I thought, okay, next year, Tomorrowland, Mangal. I made it. Fucking 2 years later, he sends me an email. That time, Dhanusha was my girlfriend or my wife. And she's like, bro, this is probably a scam. This is fake. Make sure this is real. Just double check the legitimacy of this email. It was his actual fucking email.
Wow.
And he wanted to collaborate on the acoustic track. I had 6 other electronic tracks, and
But he went for the acoustic.
He went to the acoustic, and that was my first collaboration. That was when I started believing. Wow. Otherwise, it was just like this little kid in Dubai.
Yeah, that's how everyone starts.
That's how everyone starts. Yeah.
If you don't have the if you don't get there through like nepotism vibes, like your parents are playing or like something like that, then they don't have your parents will not have the understanding of what you're doing, because it's alien to them. It's never been done before.
Yeah.
So every pioneer in and around the area has to go through that, man.
100%, man. And that was the defining moment where I read. If Luke started to believe in my music, I'm doing something right. And this guy's a absolute veteran. He's been at it for a very long time.
He's a legend, bro.
Absolute legend. And that's the second song is how Don't Hesitate happened. I'll send you the acoustic song. By the way.
Please, bro. Send me whatever.
You guys have to hear the acoustic.
Whatever you have, I want it.
100%. Done.
Now go for it, Raghav.
Now it's the question time. It's the last question, guys. Mangal, if you had to save someone 5 to 7 years of their life, not music related, it could be anything in life. Anything. And if like something that you found out and you were like, fuck, if I knew about this like before, it would have saved me tons of time. Any like thoughtful, mindful practical, anything you can save someone 5 years, what would you tell them?
Save someone 5 years. If I obviously I will look into in terms of music production. That's what I can ask.
Anything, bro. Anything.
Consider education in terms of music production, because especially, I mean, now it's a lot easier to go to YouTube and learn it yourself. But I would suggest that you learn the principles with a mentor. Find someone who can teach you this so you can save a lot of time, dude. Like, I feel like, especially with learning an instrument or this, I'm saying, giving you advice that I didn't take myself, because I feel like I could have saved a lot of time. I could have reached a lot of places faster if I had taken the time to sit and find a teacher or find a mentor who would sit with me and tell me, no, this is wrong, you dumbass. No, this is right. Okay, this is work. This is what will work. This is what will not work. So try to invest in yourself, and that's probably the best kind of information. I mean, best kind of advice I can give. Investing in yourself is the best thing you can do for yourself for the rest of your life.
Invest
Manav,
in
reel
yourself.
that.
invest in yourself, guys.
Yeah, invest in yourself regardless. Like for me, the way I invest in myself is not in terms of my clothes, my shoes. Like I do that, like to my comfort level, but I prefer like servicing the mind.
Therapy, my dude. Are you talking about therapy?
You can talk about therapy also. Like this to me is all like therapy. Right. I'm talking to someone, I'm finding out more information, I'm getting my views, they're telling me. No, like it's fun.
And also,
but yeah, therapy as well.
Investing in therapy is so important. I've just started, and I think it's very important.
Yeah, because like you're not gonna take your shit and load it on your partner, right?
Yeah, so that's
because the thing. They're not capable of, they're not equipped to deal with what you're doing.
Because some
that's
people,
not on the job profile.
Yeah, because people do that. I think people should start like going to therapy and like 100%. Just to unload, because you don't want, again, you don't want to unload on your partner.
Yeah, like
it's not fine. Only when you're going through some shit you have to go to the therapy.
Yeah.
It's like when you only go to the dentist when your teeth are fucked. You only go to the temple when your life is fucked. You only go to the therapist when your head is fucked.
Yeah.
Like, what if you started going to all of these places, or not these places? Like, what if you started just doing them as a practice? Then you wouldn't feel like that extreme.
Yeah,
100%. You don't have to go to that extent to get help, right?
So that's the sort of investment that I do in myself.
100%.
Yeah, like different kinds of meditations, breathing exercises.
Yeah.
Just to get yourself in the present, bro. Like,
center, right?
Center.
100%.
Yeah. Subconscious.
Yes. Subconscious. I love that question.
Those questions
so, you want to ask him anything?
No, I'm good.
You want to ask me anything?
Yeah, ask me something.
This is the last bit.
I want to ask both you guys. What made you start
the podcast?
100%. What made you start this? Why do you want to do this?
Bro, okay. We've told this, like I've told this to everyone. Then
no, he's asking why.
Yeah, so the why I wanted to start it, how we started is a different story. Why I wanted to start it is because, bro, I feel I don't know a lot of people. Like, I don't have outside perspective. I do have outside perspective, but not as much as like now if I met you and now the perspective that you have given me, I would have never gotten it from anyone. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. So I wanted to get more into it and more perspective, more knowledge, and more about. See, I don't know anything about music. He knows a lot about it. Like, but hanging out with you, I kind of got some information in it. So
and
now
every guest is
every guest is giving me so much information, man, that I feel like I'm getting out there. Like I am getting some information, and I think this is going to help me long-term basis.
Yeah, and every guest inspires you.
Like
so
every time.
So this is how I see like this podcast setting, right? I see me investing into this as a service to myself.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Like I probably could take the same money and put it into my master's degree.
Right.
But if I can skip masters and just do a PhD straight up and be a jack of all trades by learning people like from people of different industries, I would prefer a real life experience than me reading a book.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd rather hear you and learn.
Yeah.
Visual learning is the best.
100%.
Like it's sitting
like
interactive learning.
Engaging. That's the point of at least me doing the podcast. Like there's so much to learn.
And so much fun meeting new people, bro.
Yeah.
I love doing that. Meeting new people is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and before it was like you need to have a skill of talking to people. No, bro.
I don't. By the way, I have no skill of talking to people. I have zero skills of talking to people. But you know, and before and now also I'm just learning that skill little bit.
Yeah,
And
like
you know what I mean?
Every day is a learning curve. Right?
Yeah.
And this two people, that's great because the ball's in your court and you have complete like control of the conversation.
Yeah.
You can move it any way you like, but you let it open so that the guys can breathe as well. I love that, dude.
How was your experience?
I love it, dude. This is fun. Yeah, I think the sunglasses really help because otherwise I'd be blind by now.
Guys, this is the vibe now. We're just gonna be wearing shades.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's Mangal
Thank you.
Suvarnan. No, I know.
Mangal Pandey. Let's keep it Mangal Pandey.
Because when I tell my sister like Suvarnan. Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Suvarnan, bro.
Suvarnan,
Yeah, so that's Mangal Suvarnan. And it's been a pleasure. And this is one of my another checkmark dream come true.
Thank you
so
Thanks
much,
for having
buddy.
me, boys. This is fun, dude.
Yeah.
This is great.
You want to tell someone to like, share, and subscribe for us?
Guys, like, share, and subscribe to What's the Vibe podcast. We have episodes. They have episodes coming every week. Make sure you to hit that like button and the bell icon as well because it helps with the algorithm.
And guys, follow Mangal as well.
Guys, follow
and check
Mangal.
out his music.
Yeah, he's
It's
going to become
absolute
big
killer.
and he's going to come back to us whenever the fuck he feels like.
I was just listening to his music in the car and I was like, yeah, absolute legend. Bro.
It's always Rave Guru.
That's the one, bro. Rave Guru signing out, guys. Peace out. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.